Debate today on allegations that Qatar tried to buy influence over its policy decisions. Police have seized hundreds of thousands of euros in cash following a search of offices, private homes and hotel rooms. The Gulf state has denied any wrongdoing. Azadeh Mashiri now reports.
Possible corruption at the centre of Europe. It's an astonishing investigation. Police searching through homes and offices in Brussels. Authorities seizing hundreds of thousands of euros in cash, some even found in a suitcase in a hotel room. Investigators had already suspected a Gulf state of buying influence in parliament with cash and gifts. Qatar denies it's involved and any wrongdoing. And now police have arrested several people who are now charged with participation in a criminal organisation, money laundering and corruption. One of them is Eva Kaili, an elected European Parliament Vice President. This is a speech she gave just last month on Qatar's human rights record.
They committed to a vision by choice and they opened to the world. Still some here are calling to discriminate them. They bully them and they accuse everyone that talks to them or engages of corruption. But still they take their gas. Still they have their companies profiting billions there.
She's now been suspended from the Socialists and Democrats group in Parliament and flat out expelled from the PASOK party in Greece. So can people still trust Europe's institutions?
That scandal is only, the part of the iceberg that is on top of the water, but it's probably a bigger part of the iceberg that is under the water. And we've seen that investigations are continuing.
There are now calls for a complete overhaul of the EU's ethics system, as the scandal threatens the halls of European power and the legitimacy of all its institutions. Azadeh Mashiri, BBC News.
Our Brussels correspondent Jessica Parker joins me now from Strasbourg. Jessica, this is a very dangerous moment, isn't it?
I think this is a very difficult moment for the European Parliament, which has historically tried to hold itself up, or many of its members have, as a defender of human rights. They pass resolutions along those lines, and actually critics of the European Parliament, people who've gotten pretty frustrated with it previously, for example, the Hungarian leader Viktor Orban, have been castigating, almost ridiculing the European Parliament over some of the revelations that we've heard in the past few days. So I think there'll be quite a lot of hand-wringing here today. MEPs are set to debate what has happened. Now, of course, it was on Friday that Belgian prosecutors first released some of the details around their investigation, which has been going on, we've learned now, for months. Qatar, the country accused essentially of trying to use money, gifts to influence proceedings in the European Parliament. They have denied any wrongdoing, denied any misconduct. But I think here today what you'll keep hearing, we heard a bit of it last night from the likes of Roberta Metsola, the European Parliament President, is they will want to show that they're getting their house in order. So there are these suggestions that they're going to try and reform the way things work, whether that's making meetings more transparent, for example, looking at the way NGOs are funded as well. But I think there will be a lot of conversations about what the European Parliament might need now to do to try and restore some of its credibility, because after all, of course, these are publicly elected politicians, a publicly elected institution funded by EU taxpayers. Interestingly, this morning, a little bit of breaking news is on Greek television. Eva Kaili's family lawyer has said that she is declaring her innocence and has nothing to do with bribery from Qatar. So that's the first that we've heard from that side of things. We approached Eva Kaili's office a couple of days ago but hadn't heard back, but her family lawyer declaring her innocence this morning. 4 people due in court in Belgium tomorrow. I think this story is going to be running for quite some time.
Thank you very much indeed, Jessica Parker.